Yay, got timers. All right. I'm all set, guys. Thank you. Looking for 14 lovely faces. And for one more. There it is. All right, you guys will have 24 minutes for day one. This is all stars with one ghost, so the ghost dies and Plan, you die.
Poor Plan.
So I have two things.
cocksucking.
Oh, okay, never mind. I only have
Sorry.
one. Is that Benji or not? I can't tell.
Rolf
That is
dying
Benji.
over there.
That is Benji. Okay.
The
Not
outlier.
Mafia partners.
All right.
Rip Plan.
Well, he wouldn't actually know, Kevin.
Colin, I love your facial expression right now. You're like, you're sitting there like, who
I feel like
would
you
do
would've been
that?
See, the thing is,
after I
in
typed
Discord though,
secret
Kevin, my name isn't Benji, so he wouldn't actually know.
I feel like it would come up in conversation.
Who would?
Possible.
They
Many
Sounds
people
weird,
would
kill
kill
Plan.
Plan.
really strong.
The
Yeah,
list
who would kill
begins
Plan?
Like
with the first
Well,
person in
I-
everyone's Zoom, and it ends with Kevin or Rolf. Yeah, Rolf.
So you guys know how some people have
What I do?
resting bitch face?
No, I'm just saying everyone in
Yeah.
the Zoom would kill Plan.
Yeah. Colin,
I
you have
wouldn't.
resting mafia face.
yeah.
That's a falsification, and I will hold that against you. I'm actually going to write this down as evidence.
Did someone just accuse Colin of having resting bitch face?
No, no,
I don't care
resting
what
bitch
anybody's
face.
accusing him of. He's
Resting
taking
mafia
notes. I don't like snitches, man.
You
know
don't like
how I feel
snitches, you're
about
going to
this.
fucking hate me, mate. You're going to fucking hate me.
Yeah.
Wait, what? You're a snitch?
I'm not gonna lie.
Fucking
Kevin.
I bet you reminded the teacher about the homework and like.
Let's
Colin's
just
pretty
say
fast.
Colin,
I'm
were you that
carrying out an
dude?
investigation. Yeah.
Damn it, Colin! You
Formal
softened
Colin.
too hard. You softened too hard. What were you doing? Oh,
Get him
I
out of
did.
here, boys.
What are you doing?
What did he soft?
all right, I'm the real cop. Don't
Really,
shoot Colin.
Wembo? Really, Wembo?
What did he soft? I don't get it.
I
That's
just
all
think the
right.
mafia will kill Colin
Hmm.
tonight.
Yeah, I
No,
think
because
they-
Colin's probably mafia.
I'll save him. Don't worry.
You never kill anybody that softs like that, by the way.
No,
Why?
you always do. It's a double reverse.
Wait, you don't? Wait, hold on. Why? Hold on. Wait.
You
Never
are the
kill
only bastard in
bad
the
soft.
blade.
Got it.
Oh, now I have to kill you, Wimbo. You're taking notes.
I thought Striker might be a bastion.
Yeah.
Like
Became the thing I hated the most.
Yeah.
Striker's going to win the game if he's Mafia and lose the game if he's Town, probably.
okay. Well, I mean,
look at the Zoom.
I accept those. I accept that.
I'm waiting for Stryker to try to lynch me.
Striker Mafia is usually pretty hard to beat anyway. So I used to be. good at
We
reading
beat him.
Striker.
We beat him last week. It's not that tough.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I won that game.
No,
What
weren't
did
you
you do?
mafia game 1 and you lost? Oh
We
no, you
won.
were mafia with me. Never mind. We won.
All right, Sam's just mafia.
I'm not.
Hi, Benji.
I thought Ryu was playing.
Oh, I haven't played with Carson in a while.
Are you?
He was one of the night kills, Pat. It was him. And
Oh,
He was
that was
ghost
me
one.
dumb telling. If everybody didn't know.
Okay, there we go.
Is it really a dumb tell if you have to tell everyone it's a dumb tell?
Yes.
Yes. I was trying to make it known so that everybody.
What's up,
knew.
Carson?
Hey, what's going on? How are you, Kevin?
Doing well. How you doing?
Okay, Kevin.
I'm
Carson,
doing well.
not partners.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
My
how to respond to
Hawaiian
this. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I haven't played since like late December, so
2019,
neither.
you haven't played
Oh,
anything
yeah,
yet,
you're
by
too
the way.
rusty.
yet. So
Too rusty.
it's too rusty
Haven't played
indeed.
since last year.
New year,
Yeah.
new me.
New
I
dad.
know you have
not-
at least one read though, Carson. What is it?
Oh yeah, I have like 4 reads. Do you want me
Oh,
to
let's
give
hear
them,
'em.
Sir
Yeah,
Kevin?
yeah.
Okay, I think Pat is town. I think Colin is town. I think Wembo is town, and I think Greg is Mafia.
Can I
so
get
there
your
you go.
Colin read?
Yeah.
I'm specifically interested in that one.
I liked how he interacted. I felt like he felt like he gave me something to work with. It's not super strong. I kind of just put him in there. You know, he can move.
Why am I?
I
Why am I
I
town?
like that you read me.
I
feel
Mafia.
I feel like this is the first time in a long time that I've ever gotten a town read from you.
I disagree with
I
you,
want
but
you to
like
be
it
town
too,
this
Greg.
game, Wembo.
Take the town
and
for
I
yourself,
think
take
the
it.
way you interacted with Colin is a little bit too much for your Mafia. I think you would play a little bit differently there.
Take it and run. Carson is leading town for me.
What?
There you go. I think Colin's the only town read that's
With you,
correct.
PTB.
Oh,
He's
Yeah,
wrong on the
Pat.
other two?
Wait,
Or do
what
you
about
mean they're
Pat?
just not towny yet?
Pat's
I don't
I'm
trust
the
Pat because
towniest
he's
for.
told
No,
me in
I'm
the
actually not.
past.
But
I
don't.
might
But don't
play
get me.
this game
I'll play the
because
towniest
Alright.
later on. But
Like,
like-
but I fooled everyone
out of those
else.
reads that I gave, I think that my read on Pat is probably the strongest. I think he's been quite town. I've been Mafia with him a lot. I think all the games I've played with Pat, I've been Mafia with him.
What if?
I
Wouldn't
remember
you say
playing
that he
some
was
with
town?
you.
Yeah,
I remember one of them.
I
You were
think he
Mafia with
played
him again?
very differently from this. And
I actually think
I
Sam
think
is
he's very
pretty
town.
Mafia.
So.
I think the way he
So
interacts
I've
with
been
Striker and the
Mafia
way
with Pat at least once, and I don't really get that he's like very different. What's different about him to you this game? Do you just
He's
like not have your
interject.
finger on
Like
it?
he did not interject. Like
Oh
he
my
did
God,
not try to interact
Carson,
with
you're
it.
right. Greg
Like,
is Mafia.
I know. Like my reads are great this game. But I don't know. I'm feeling awkward leading all this conversation.
No, you're good. You're good.
Somebody else
I
talk,
think Rolf
please.
said
No,
I'm pretty
Pat-
sure that you are the
Rolf's
factor in
town for
town.
that.
Mafia
Yeah,
having
Carson.
That was
town
pretty
is
good.
Pat and Carson are
uncomfortable.
locked down. All right, guys, we're building the town.
So
score.
I
Pat
think Carson is Mafia, and he's spewing Pat as town, and he doesn't know how to
Yeah.
talk about it.
That's
All
very
right,
true.
Benji's down, but he's from
Benji's
Pat
down as well.
Let's go.
So I found it very awkward how Carson was talking about Pat.
It
seemed
was. I
like
agree.
it just seemed like you had more than you wanted to talk about, which seemed weird to me.
Well, I don't know. Like people started talking
Whoever
about him
this
after
guy
I was
is,
done with my reads.
I
So
like
I
his
just,
logic.
I don't know. I
I
felt like
disagree with you, Benji. I
saying
think
it.
Carson's okay.
Okay, I'll come back to that.
I could
if
see it being
continues.
true either way, Kevin. But it seems like his head's in a good spot for now. I don't think I've played with him before, so I have to preface every time I say I think because Greg got really annoyed when I said that I'd never played with Greg and I had played with Greg before.
Did
Oh,
Bayrex
yeah.
say something?
Yeah,
Bayrex,
thank
did
you.
you say something?
He said I'm
He
Mafia.
did. He said multiple somethings.
I think Collins Town. I think Sam's Mafia for the interaction he tried to start with you, Striker. And I think the fact he also kind of shut down after I said that makes him even more Mafia because I think Sam fights back when he's town. He doesn't sit there and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's not a bad read, honestly.
It is early in the day.
It's not a
though,
bad
Sam
read. It's
will
a
do that.
garbage read.
I don't think it is. It could be wrong. Like I don't
I think
really
it's
know about
sorry.
you.
I think it's an outdated read. I think that's like
Eh.
give that read like
Yeah.
maybe
Carson,
4
when's the
months ago,
last
it's a
time you
good
played
read.
with Pat?
A long time ago. I don't remember. It's been a
Months
while.
ago, probably.
Months ago, yes.
So long enough that your like read on him could be wrong.
It could be wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
Any of these reads can be wrong.
Wait,
Like,
Obviously.
I'm not super confident.
I've
in,
never
like, a
seen
whole
Carson.
lot.
Not Carson Gardens
So-
You
read.
did say that
No,
of
no.
the
No,
ones you
Carson
gave,
has an impeccable
Yes,
shot
I
record.
believe. Yes, I believe that you are
Treating me as the man.
quite down. That's like
just let me
there's a
be
confidence
down.
rating.
Just let
and,
me be
like,
down. Come on.
So why are you questioning that read?
Such a
PTB?
call-in line. Just let
on
me be
instead
town.
of- there's like all these other people who've given reads, and I've talked the most. Why are you questioning me with that read, PTB?
I think he's trying to get a read on
I-
me more than
I-
you, honestly, Carson. Because he reacted weird.
I've given
when
the
I-
most
when I played
content.
the
Why
game
am
for
I not
fun
getting
or for my
universally
alignment?
town
Like,
read?
Yes,
What the
exactly.
hell?
I can be town. Why am I not
Fuck
town? What the
off.
heck?
very
Yeah.
different
Your reads
exactly.
aside, I want to hear Kevin's reads. I want to hear why Kevin thinks that Carson is like. Why is he okay to you, Kevin? You didn't expand on that. I'm curious.
This is also why your town won.
I don't really need to expand on it. I think he's okay.
Oh, I'm asking you.
I
I mean, you
do-
don't
I
have
do
to,
think-
but like, that's
Yeah, I
a
don't-
weird response, dude.
Yeah, I don't really care. I think Powers of B.
That's
that
Kevin's.
was.
I'm a PR response, and he'll resolve it in the night.
I think PTB was a little scummy about it. When
Of
Carson's kind of bringing
course.
up to it about asking about his read on Pat specifically, like. he
I
was trying
didn't
to
even
tear
get
it
to answer why I asked.
But it was like you were like, I don't want Pat to have a town read, so I'm just gonna try to pick at it a little bit. That's what it felt like.
No.
I
no.
feel like he was really trying to discern my play. I mean, I don't know. It
Could
felt
be.
like he
No.
actually like genuinely like peaked up like whenever I started to talk to Striker a little bit. I felt like he was trying to
Oh, I didn't pay attention. I zoomed out.
focus.
Zoomed out for that.
I mean, actually get a read on me, but no, that was the way I read it, and I don't mind it if he wants to go after and try to learn and discern more about it. I didn't think that it was a bad interaction, honestly.
Evan, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Have you played with Pat before?
Yeah, a few times.
Okay, no, I'm asking it because I think Kevin is
Am I
my
still scummy?
top town. I think that I just like his energy, and in general, I feel like reading your energy is how I read you, Kevin. I'm usually right about that. I kind of think that either Colin and Wembo are Mafia or PTB is Mafia for going ahead and making that early push onto both of them. I think that PTB is pushing all around for no reason, which is weird because like he hasn't pushed on to me yet. which is
Colin, we're on a
usually what
team
he does
together.
as
Do
his
you do you
town
really think that
and whatnot.
PTB has like pushed all
No.
around?
Can I
Like,
can I
I
be
think that
lynched now?
PTB went ahead and tried to
Can I
gain
just be lynched
traction
now?
super early, and that it didn't go ahead and get any traction whatsoever, which is why he's having these
But I don't know if
exaggerated
PTB would do
emotional
that as
outbursts.
Mafia, though.
PTB, I'm in the same
See,
boat,
the
but I
thing
want
is,
to
I
get
think
shot
that's
in the night
quickly
instead of
Red is
lynched now.
Mafia.
I just
Sure.
I want to get
Like,
Vigi shot.
I asked
Like, I
one.
just
I
want to take a
literally
bullet right
can
now.
we just talk like how much content was generated from me saying, Colin or Carson, when was the last time you played with Pat? Literally, that was
talking
it.
about how much content wasn't
Push. That
generated by
was-
you formaling Colin.
look at the
into
Zoom,
game.
PTB.
Rolf, I like your
That's
hair.
the thing.
I know.
Yeah, this is a real
Resi is
Zoom.
down.
That's whatever it is. But
Yeah,
other
I
than that,
jokingly
I
formed
think that
Colin 2 minutes into the game when
I
he
think-
hard soft claimed cop. So
I also forget that you're monotone, so you know
Hard
that
soft
is the
claim.
thing. Regardless, I think there
Rip.
could be a difference between Sam and Bayrex, which is something that there was something about their interaction I really didn't like. And then I thought that
Is this like two town to be town?
No, it's two town to just. It is just town.
this is like
just
how I
town.
take notes all the time.
I don't
so-
have
Never
this
played
read
with
at
them
all.
before. I never played with
Yeah,
them before.
that's fair.
The
This is
vibe
why
I get
I
from
asked
you.
my town, Kevin, what you were, because I'm just going to trust Kevin for a bit.
Okay.
Why are you just trusting Kevin?
I have
Why
no
do
idea.
people
I like
always?
him. I think
Kevin,
that
you don't
he's
even have a
town.
trustworthy face, man. Why do we fucking
I
trust
agree.
you in
Don't
these
do that
games?
to him.
I
He's
agree.
handsome. He is.
I'm trying to
agree.
attack. I never
Striker
said he
is
wasn't
Mafia.
handsome.
Other things that the one
I
thing
just said if I'm
did-
going to tell somebody my
I
secrets, I'm
kind
not
of
going to tell
wanted to
Kevin my
ask-
fucking secrets.
I definitely wanted to ask Carson
Thanks,
more
Wimbo.
about why he was
Fuck
reading
you,
Greg
Kevin.
Mafia. I didn't really follow through with
God
what you
damn
were
it.
saying about that, and I was like, just really interested in it because I kind of have. If I am wrong about Kevin, I would put you with Kevin. And that's why I kind of want you to explain the Greg thing more, so that way I can like continue to build my worlds. Also, Benji, you can flip anywhere on the fence. I don't know you, Striker. I suck with you. Sorry.
All
I
right,
think Greg-
Carson.
yeah, I think Greg maneuvers the game a particular way as Mafia, and I think that he was trying to do that at the beginning of this game. That's
What the
You
fuck
fucking
does that
puppet
mean?
What was
master,
the- what was
Greg.
that
You
exactly?
puppet master, motherfucker. You.
What was it?
I
Yeah.
believe that you have a set play style as Mafia, and I
There we go. There
that-
it is.
that-
makes
that
more
is-
Play us like marionettes.
Yeah.
I believe you like
I'll
to
shoot
ask
that.
certain questions at certain times. Like you feel the zoom out and you make the same plays. Like
Okay.
I'm
I'm all in, Carson. Let's do it.
I feel disrespected.
You're just formulaic.
You feel
Greg.
disrespected.
Actually
I
pretty
for the wrong
disrespected.
PTB.
I don't
You're
know.
predictable
Whatever.
and formulaic.
I got
Greg, and
shadows.
honestly, this is an intervention. It
Disrespect
needs to
comes with
stop.
playing Mafia.
Yeah. Jeez.
I just want to quickly just say that I think Ben's logic on Carson was something that I did mention it briefly, but that's where I'm at like as my like top town right now, just because I felt like he was approaching in a good headspace. I think Powers That Be is leading town, and I think Kevin's leading town. I think Carson was leading town at first, but the fact that like I feel like he didn't really get to give an answer why he thought Greg was Mafia. So if he has like a reason why he thinks Greg is Mafia and would like to give it, I would be.
He just kind of did.
Pat,
Yeah.
Can we go back like 60 seconds?
Yes.
You could
Okay.
go back 6
Rolf
seconds.
is now.
Maybe it was
Ooh.
hard.
explain a bad
Ooh.
read.
Ah.
People
Ooh.
poke fun at it,
What
and then
does-
we continue on.
What does leading town mean? Or were you saying leaning? What?
Leaning.
Leaning. Okay, I was like,
Alright.
is that even a read? That guy's
Alright,
leading town.
Or top town. I don't know. That would be if you said leading, but I did.
I
say
kind of wanted to speak, Barracks. Are
Either
you
way.
about to speak?
And then Rez,
I wanted Striker to talk,
Rez seems
but I
like he
can
had
hear
too
you
much
too.
too quickly to be
Okay.
town. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna
Ooh,
make Striker
spicy.
talk after I was done.
Make
But,
him
like,
talk.
Kind of, yeah. I was
Make
gonna poke him.
talk.
Right now, kind of where I'm at, I think most of the people who have talked a lot, being Carson, Pat, PTB, I'd even lump Wimbo in there. I think all of them are town except for Pat.
Oh, that's a good read.
That's a shame.
Hot take.
I am not calling Pat Mafia. I think that this is squarely within his range, though. I totally disagreed with Carson. I think Carson's town, he's not making shit up this game, I think. And the same kind of goes for Wimbo. PTB is more of a like feels read. The way that he was reacting to a couple reads on him, I don't remember who said it, but it was Rezi who said like PTB was pushing around a lot, and PTB just like he reacted to the ridiculousness of that read in a towny way is the best way I can put it. Outside of that, I think if you live in the Southern Hemisphere, you're pretty Mafia, and if your name begins with S, you're pretty Mafia, and Striker is
How
both
many
of
people's
those.
name starts with S? Oh, two of us. Okay.
Yeah, 2 of
I
them.
thought it might have just been me.
Sam, just put a
strongly
hat
align
on.
Greg is
myself
down
Do you live in the
with
southern
being,
hemisphere, Sam?
Greg
being a
seemed
member
like
of
he
the
had a lot
Commonwealth,
of-
the leader of
Let's
the
think
Commonwealth.
about it.
Even.
You don't.
What's that, Pat?
Greg, your town.
You really think so?
I do. Even if you're calling me Mafia, I feel like that you had a lot of good information.
Mafia
I don't know if I
partners, by the
believe
way.
that.
Wait, who did we
How
just?
powers
We
that
lost
mean that I
Rolf.
had, and I think that your town.
What's going
Probably.
on?
Rolf's
Nothing about
around.
You want. You eventually you'll realize that I'm town this game, so it's okay. You'll get there.
Okay, whatever you say.
I'd love to hear.
I'm
Striker.
not calling you Mafia. You could be town.
Oh, I am.
This is not going to shock the world.
Do we need to pause for Rolf, by the way?
I think
He's coming back in.
Alright.
I think in order of towniness, I have Carson, Rolf, Kevin, Rezi, super lightly Wembo. I like Wembo's activity early, and he was really relaxed with some of his opening comments. It's a fence read, but I'm leaning him town. I'm pretty null on everybody else. That's not great.
Can you repeat the town
Why are
circle
you
one more
town
time,
reading
please?
Rolf?
I don't
I
remember.
agree with Striker's town circle.
You really like when he was
Carson.
driving.
What
Carson-
was Striker's town circle?
Rethink it.
Yeah, Carson, Rolf,
really
Both
Kevin,
my partners are in
Rezi, and lightly Wembo. And then I'm like, I want to call Bayrex Town for like almost no reason at all. He's done nothing towny. The few things he's said could be completely alignment neutral. But I just have a gut feeling that Bayrex might be town based on like
Okay, I'm tired of hearing Striker.
body language.
I
think
formal
Rolf was
Sam.
given too
I'm
early a time
getting
to
this
get
over with.
too late. Well,
Why Sam?
Who'd you formal?
Because Sam, because
I'll take
I don't know, PTB. Why?
Sam's
not Mafia.
I second Sam.
Ooh,
There's a
now
form
we
on
get to
standing
find out.
position, please.
Okay, Sam, like I called you out early. You've sat there and said absolutely nothing. The only thing you've done is like poke at Striker and then agree with Striker right afterwards. So you're trying to align yourself with him for some reason to maybe get a town read, which seems fucking stupid. But
I love
outside of that,
smile right now.
Your comments are a little
Oh, yeah, Colin's
contradicting.
down too,
You
I
say
forgot
that
that one.
I'm not like you've pinged me out, so I by saying nothing haven't tried to be towny or do anything towny, but then I'm apparently trying to be towny by talking about strikers, something that's I don't know, doesn't make any sense.
Got him.
I agreed with Striker's circle. That's kind of so the two people who I think did things that I thought were super like just genuine and towny are Rolf and Rezi. It was Rolf when he was in the car and he made a comment about.
too easy.
Well, Rolf could fake it, but he made
Yes.
a certain comment that was just
I
amazing.
could.
I don't even
absolutely
remember
could.
it.
What
And
was
then
the
Rezi,
comment?
it was when he got
That Greg
mad
is Mafia.
at PTB for making a formal 2 minutes into the day. I thought that was really like a towny kind of moment of anger. That he was
It was
genuinely.
part of him burying.
I haven't played on.
Was he angry though?
Yeah, he was.
He
like,
literally
it was,
just
like, very
lumped it in
salty.
there.
It was very like passive aggressive.
That's
Like
literally
it's
the
just
first
towny
thing I
in my
wrote
opinion.
PTB,
I think that's
so-
harder to fake as Mafia. Like, why would he care as Mafia if a dude just makes a formal 2 minutes into the
So
day?
that he could get
I
me
feel like he just doesn't
mislynched.
care, and I don't think he's trying to like replicate his town play by doing that. I also agreed. I thought Carson, like his reads, I thought were really good. I don't share the read, as in like I don't have it myself, but like what he said about Greg, that makes sense to me. Even though I wish he could formulate it a little better, like talk
I
about
haven't
what
played in a
exactly
while.
Greg said. But I liked that where I do think that Greg
So
has
can I
a
ask
very
that he
as a
thought
very
that myself and Colin were town as well, and we're not in your circle at all.
Yeah,
right?
well, so Pat, I think I was one of the first people to call you town. I called you town really early in the day, and
Okay.
and there was something you did, but then I thought the more you talked, the more scummy you started to feel to me. There were a couple comments I wish I could remember, so I'm not going to try to just sit here and think about it. I'd have to think about it later. But there were just a few comments I thought kind of felt forced. It was mainly your town read on Benji. I feel like that. Like it's confusing to me because I don't think you're like Mafia partners or something. I wondered if it was just spew. I don't know.
What about him
it was that
defending
made me waver on my town read on you. But yeah, I think Greg could be Mafia. Other people, I thought that most of the people who are talking a lot have been towny, which Greg said. I agreed with that. I feel like Mafia.
Who are those people to you? Just like names.
Yeah. Carson Garden, Wembo when he was talking earlier. PTB, but I thought PTB and Pat are opposites to me. I thought I thought Pat was towny at the beginning and PTB was scummy, and they both flipped. I think PTB's become townier and Pat.
When did Pat flip for you?
I told you it was the Benji read. All of a sudden, he gave a town read on Benji, like, oh, his head.
Oh yeah, you called him top
Sam,
10. Yeah.
Sam, if Pat and I are opposites, what do you feel about him like hard defending me when Rezi was like going in on me?
Don't have an opinion on it. I don't remember it, and doesn't mean much.
It did happen.
Other people,
Do you have an opinion on Benji, Sam?
Yeah, like I feel like he's done scummy things, but like I don't think he would do that if he was Mafia. So I guess in a way I want to lean him town. But so that's why when Pat gave him the town read, I'm like, just no one should have a town read, especially his reason for calling Benji town felt really fake to me. I also think Kevin was towny earlier, and then he hasn't said much, but that question felt towny to me. Yeah, Bayrex probably is just town this game pushing on me, and that's fine. I'm glad he's doing it because I'm hoping my reads will help. I love when people just sit back and listen to me. But yeah, I'd love to hear more of Rolf's reads. I feel like the problem is if Rolf is Mafia, he's just getting by easy and he hasn't had to.
Okay, Sam, real quick, but this is really important. What question can I ask you to see more towny myself?
Not that
At the end of the formal, would you like to push to vote? Sam, you have 10 seconds.
I'm town this game. Don't vote. That's it.
If you would like to vote on Sam, please do so in 3, 2, 1. Vote. 4 votes is not enough.
I kind of want to put
think
end
that's
of
a
day
mess.
on Rolf just so that I can hear from him a little bit.
Well, I would rather put it on Benji, but
I
either
think Benji
or.
is not bad, but
Okay.
I think none of you guys are going to be man enough to kill Striker today.
All right, I'm just gonna spitball a little bit. And Greg is interesting. I think I'll end on Greg. Okay, I liked Carson's content. I liked the Pat
All I heard
Town
was
read.
Cajones calling.
And I liked the initial scum read of Greg because those are both reads I was kind of feeling as well from my limited engagement from the car. Greg pushing on the Pat scum read is like it's almost like too
I didn't scum read
much.
Pat.
No, you pushing on on Carson's read of Pat is, I think, almost like too deep or too complicated for you to do as Mafia. Almost. I don't
remember doing
I still
that,
don't
so
love you.
whatever.
You talked about how Pat could be Mafia essentially, which isn't a scum read, but fine, whatever. PTB was somebody who I liked his initial entrance into the game, but I also don't want to disrespect his Mafia play to say that he couldn't be Mafia. I've since liked some of the other reactions he's had. I liked Sam's formal. Carson, I didn't quite understand your Wembo Town read, but whatever. And the Colin one, I didn't take note of enough of what Colin was doing. Reservoir, I think, has had the most similar perspective to mine in the way that he was reading Colin, Wembo, and who is the other person as potential Mafia?
I didn't have a third. I just was saying there was a difference between Sam and Bayrex.
Okay, there's somebody else who I don't know, but whatever.
Is that a hard claim?
It felt the most similar to mine, and that's what makes me like you. Not so much the way you've been playing. What's that, Benji?
You mind if I take a minute real quick?
Yeah, I think you've been kind of scummy, Benji, too.
I have a really different view on the game, so I want to talk. Colin, Greg, Striker, Kevin, Bayrex, and Carson Garden are my town. I thought PTB was town earlier on in the game, but he fell off. I did like his vote on Sam. So that leaves me in an interesting place. I do think Sam is very Mafia. I thought his formal was atrocious. I thought the fact that he talked about me so much was really, really bad.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
I think the
I
fact that
formal
he kept
striker.
going on Greg is very
I formal Striker.
I second striker.
Greg's formal and striker.
Formal
early
on
on
striker
striker.
accusation, please.
You're either going to get 2 votes or exactly 7. Take it away.
I don't get it, but whatever.
Awkward.
I didn't want to lose an end of day.
Yeah, so put it on someone useful.
Well, you haven't spoken.
Yeah, you're not
Hey,
useful,
man, don't
right?
beat yourself
No,
up.
I'm not.
You
No,
got good reads.
I'm
Come
not a
on,
useful.
bro.
I'm not a useful formal at the moment at all.
No, I mean you got good reads. Come on, dude.
My
Focus on
reads haven't
yourself.
changed. My reads haven't changed except Sam became town. That's it.
Can you talk about why?
What were your reads? That's when I
Sam's
disconnected.
formal was good, and I liked some of his insights. I think he was paying attention to some of the same things
Did you
I
like
would.
how he talked about me, Pat, and Greg? I found that
Look,
very
I probably tuned out for that part of the formal. I got to be honest. I did kind of just do something else for the first minute, but the rest of it I really liked. So I don't know. I my reads haven't changed a lot. I don't want to push on Greg at the moment. I had him as strong Mafia early, and I've kind of come around to like him being liked. No, I'm not going to call him Town. He can just be null.
He formal.
I think people that are scummy at the moment are like Pat, Colin, lightly you, Benji. I'm pretty null on PTB. I had him as in my list of Mafia before, but he's like at the bottom of it. Sam became lightly Towny. Bayrex is probably maybe swap places with Sam, so Sam and Bayrex can trade from null to Town, Town to null.
This isn't like calling you scummy, but for someone whose reads haven't changed very much, it sounds like they've changed a lot.
Well, what's changed really? Sam's moved up, and that bumps other people down.
Okay.
I mean, Bayrex hasn't done anything.
I mean, that's a change, though.
Yeah, sure. One change. Bayrex hasn't done anything scummy, but by virtue of Sam being townier than him, he becomes into my neutral list because I have like a number of spots.
What about Kevin?
I like Kevin.
Do you?
I don't know
also
why.
like werewolves.
I like Kevin's kind of I don't care what you think attitude at the start of the game. I think that's generally more towny from him. He's had a few good quips here and there that's kept him like he's fourth on my town list.
Regular
That's pretty
All-Star
good.
Zoom, Kevin would be turbo lynched because he's Mafia, and it's painfully obvious to anyone that has half a brain. So that's a really whack take.
Would Rolo be?
I'm obviously sans half of my brain today. The things that I think, like, I think Carson's probably the most out of his Mafia range. He's been really, really towny when he's spoken.
I would agree with that one.
I think Rolf's laughter while he was driving and talking about Greg being Mafia was unlikely to be him Mafia doing that kind of a push. I think also he keeps talking about how he wants to be Red Town. I think that's pretty towny. So like Carson and Rolf are my strong towns.
If Striker dies, this is why.
Kevin's straight after that, and then like I've got a light town on Resi. I actually really liked Resi's content, but I don't have a baseline. I don't know what his range is like, so I'm calling him generically light town based on having no prior experience. But the way he talked about sort of some of my other town reads, I think he talked specifically about Wembo. And I think he had the same sort of comment on them. I remember they were next to each other on my town list. Or maybe it was, I think it was
had a
Wembo.
comment about Wembo and Colin or PTB, either two of those or PTB.
And then rounding out people that I actually am going to call town would be like, I lightly Wembo, but for not great reasons, and then lightly Sam, because I think he had a good formal, good enough to stop me from voting. And he was on my Mafia list before his formal.
You went into the never mind the answer.
Yeah, so like Sam, I went into Sam's formal expecting to vote. Yes.
Wait, did you talk about Bayrex? Sorry, Benji, you've been trying to ask.
Bayrex is now just genuinely null. I think he might be town for zero reasons. Like just call it just a looking at him and thinking, yeah, he's probably town, but that's it. Like there's nothing there, and don't take it to mean anything. And then like, what's Ben's question?
It's too late.
This moves into the formal. It has been pushed to vote. Striker, you have 10 seconds.
I don't have as much as I'd normally like from a day one. It's just not a game that I'm having a strong read on, except for the people that I sort of started off with being strong towns. Everyone else is kind of meh.
If you would like to vote on Striker, please do so in 3, 2, 1. Vote. 6 votes is not enough.
That's going to be a good vote. That's going to be a really good vote.
Benji, though.
I'm kind of glad you lived, though.
Stop talking to your partner, Greg.
Yeah, got me.
That was
Evan, why'd you know vote?
Ooh.
Me, Greg, Bayrex,
I think there's 2 to 3 Mafia in that.
I actually think it's all town, ironically.
You think?
Oh my God, Benji!
There's absolutely no way in hell. There's no way in hell this is all
it's
town.
weird because I think you, me, Pat, Rezi, I think Wembo voted. I didn't catch the other.
You called me town before my formal, Benji. What
Carson?
I
think
did,
Sam
but
voted.
I didn't like your formal Striker.
Okay.
Sam didn't vote. Bayrex did.
Bayrex voted.
Carson and I didn't vote, and you said we're town. Like that was part of your town.
True, but I'm really wavering on Carson because of how he gave the Pat thing. I thought he might be town after that, but
what were you gonna ask Striker? What were you gonna ask Striker?
Okay,
Colin froze.
Oh.
Are we giving him?
Let's
I think
pause.
we can pause. Yeah, we should
Pause.
pause.
So
Colin's
since
back.
Carson
Not
doesn't have
really.
time for Mafia.
Oh, you're cool. All right. I was a cool. All
All
right.
right, we started again.
So I'll answer your question, Pat. I was gonna ask him how he felt about a lot of his town putting low quality content on Greg. A lot of his town was calling Greg Mafia, but wasn't giving any content behind it. And I wanted to know how he felt because he wasn't.
I agree with the
We
early
have
push.
30
Greg,
seconds to pick a
but I
game.
kind
I
of
still think
FYI.
Benji's Mafia. I would
Yeah,
kill.
Benji's really erratic. But
I would kill Kevin, Benji, Colin, or Greg. Those are my four.
Formal Kevin.
Formal Wendo?
Kevin.
Give me a second on Kevin. There's a form on Kevin.
Your Mafia is fuck.
Okay.
2 seconds.
So looks like you should
Sam
care,
seconded.
dude, because you're in the formal, bro.
No, I
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Oh.
Sam didn't second. I don't know who did.
Bayrex
Colin
seconded
did.
it.
Me and Wembo planned this at
Trust me,
night
Wimbo,
zero.
it's not a punishment to me here. It's fine. Okay.
I
So
feel you, Kevin.
I think that Colin is scummy. I think Benji's scummy. I don't think Wimbo. I think Rolf got like. I don't know. I kind of questioned it earlier. Like Rolf said, "Oh, Greg might be Mafia after all," and that's all he contributed. And people are like, "Oh, he's town." Like, really? That's so disrespectful.
You mad?
I mean, I don't care. Like, I don't necessarily have you mock it. I don't think you've done anything, but I don't know why you'd be anyone's town, like name town circle.
Why do you care that what Rolf did was disrespectful?
Saying it's
No,
disrespectful to his game. To
Yeah, it's disrespectful to say that he's town off of what he's done.
Oh, disrespectful to Rolf. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Colin's been scummy. Like, I don't think Colin's actually done anything. I can't recall one thing he did this entire day.
Lynch Mafia day one.
Okay, yeah. Good luck with that.
The one thing,
yeah, what's up, PTB?
I was gonna say the one thing I didn't like was that you got seconded right after someone threw Wembo's name out.
Pat,
Yeah, Bayrex seconded.
It was like the second Wembo's name came out, Bayrex seconded it.
It had nothing to do with anyone's name being said.
I mean, the thing is, Colin was trying to second me too. I think I'm pretty sure Colin seconded me.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
might have
that's
just
right,
been a weird
PTB, I don't think it's right for the right reason.
Yeah, I mean, there was actually a time where I could have seconded Wembo because someone formaled Wembo that I could have seconded. I just didn't.
Who formaled Wembo?
I don't know who
Sam.
did. Someone did.
Sam.
Sam
You
did.
But when I heard Wembo's name, it was like.
I did think Sam's formal was really good. That's why I didn't vote. I think he was paying attention to a lot of things and had a lot of reads. And so I thought he was fine and don't think should have voted on there. I think Benji's voted on both Sam and Stryker, and I think Stryker's formal was. I mean, Stryker could give that formal as Mafia, but I don't think I didn't want to vote and kill him there. I don't know.
Pussy.
Were you considering voting late until you saw the hands, or?
No, I just wasn't gonna vote.
Okay. Just seemed a weird
I
way
think,
to say.
I think the vote's really interesting because I do think Rezzy's town. I think Pat is town. I think Carson's town. But Wimbo,
Carson
Greg,
didn't
Benji.
vote.
Carson didn't vote.
I know, but Benji, yeah, I know. Bayrex, Benji, Greg, and Wimbo are all kind of question marks. So I do think that there is obviously like probably Mafia in there. So hopefully Striker's not Mafia.
Plum wouldn't have died.
You don't think Greg or Wembo are town? That's interesting.
No, I don't think Greg's done anything that makes me put him into a locked town circle or Wimbo for that matter. Like, why would you think Wimbo's town?
I mean, especially if you think Stryker is town.
Because I'm
then,
town
like,
as fuck.
why
I
would you
think he.
Greg is town?
First of all, I never think he makes that formal. Here as Mafia.
100% he does.
Oh, I wish this was on Benji. Damn it.
100%
You should have formed him. I would have seconded
God
it.
damn it.
100% he
I
does.
did formal Benji. Just saying.
Oh, I missed it. Fuck.
Shoot.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I'm
I'm town,
I'm
so you
town.
can congratulate yourself.
Yeah, me too.
Alright.
Speaking of shoot, Benji is a good shot
Plot
target.
twist: Rolf and Benji are partners, and he's
That
just
is not
testing
true.
him.
But
Don't let other people obscure you from the fact that Kevin is just crumbling here as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's guaranteed
Don't
he's
get caught up in
either
your
way.
own confirmation biases, guys.
Like, this is why Colin's actually not town because I don't think.
The only thing I have down for Colin is that he thinks Kevin's Mafia. Literally the
Yeah,
only.
I don't think Colin as town would actually think
Like-
I'm crumbling here or that I'm
No,
that
but
Mafia. I don't.
but here's the
believe
thing,
Colin's
dude, is
Doesn't
that your
matter unless
excuse
you
for
play
not giving your reads earlier was that you didn't give a fuck, and PTB spoke up and said, "Oh, that's a soft claim as a PR if I've ever seen one." You got put in a formal. You said it didn't matter to you, and yet you still gave no content.
This marks the end of the form. Would you like to push to vote?
Wembo with a
Push.
I think I gave some content,
Kevin,
but
10
okay.
seconds.
Whatever. If you don't think I gave content, that's fine. I think I did. Whatever. I'm town. just guaranteed, so we can go for RNG1 here.
If you would like to vote on Kevin, please do so in 3, 2, 1. Vote. 8 votes is enough. Kevin has died. Please go to sleep. Send me net actions. It should be all set. Thank you, guys. You can all wake up. Looking for 12. This should be everyone. You guys will have 21 minutes in the night. Carson, you die to begin.
Medic
Double
save?
stacked, guys.
Double
Double stacked.
I believe you, Colin.
Wouldn't it be weird if I got
yeah.
the
That was a
same check
hit.
to Kevin and they were Mafia
Or
too?
Wimbo's badass formal hit,
No,
baby.
Benji's Mafia.
Really? After
Why do you think Benji's
Before
Mafia?
we get into everything, can I just get the votes?
Greg, Carson, Ben, Bayrex.
Everyone but
Uh,
Striker
All
and
right,
Rolf.
Greg,
Howard,
Carson,
Colin.
Ben.
Wait, I didn't
Se-
vote.
7 townspeople and 1
First,
Mafia
second.
voted on Kevin. I don't blame the Mafia. He was always dying there.
Yes,
So it was
Benji.
a good vote.
I'm Mafia.
Who
Interesting.
bust? Who bust, Colin?
You know what I
No,
think?
Benji,
I
don't
think-
say
Oh,
that.
I know
Benji,
who
don't say
bust,
that. Come
but
on,
Rolf
stop.
did-
I was
That's
more
good
talking
to
about
me.
getting the votes for
I
everything.
have some
but-
info today, which
okay.
is interesting.
Good.
I will say, Kevin is town, unfortunately.
No, he's not.
He is, unfortunately. We missed yesterday, which is interesting.
On Sam.
The medic got a save, or I doubt they double stack. So whoever the medic is, your save is a green check. Makes me
Why?
think, well, I don't think they'd ever double stack. So
Can you
Why?
just give your info?
So there are
instead of,
certain
like,
players that
skirting
might
around it?
double stack, but go ahead and claim and we'll assess.
I'm
He's
not going
gonna
to claim.
say
I'm not
Colin.
claiming anything. I'm just saying this.
Oh well, then
Kevin's
And you
town,
don't have
right?
info.
I have some info, but
No, you don't. You're just filibustering and wasting everyone's time.
true, Colin.
I
True,
mean,
that's
if
my
he's
job this
Mafia,
thing.
he definitely has info.
true, PTB.
Fair evaluation.
I don't know,
I keep
Benji.
getting
You're not
Benji,
doing anything.
whatever you're
to
doing
move
is not winning
yourself
our hearts.
off
You
my
do
lynch
realize
list.
if you have a difference check to Kevin and it's
Phil
Kevin
flat.
can still be Mafia, right? Like,
True, but what if he same checked to someone that died? Then you know he's down.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're claiming a same between Carson and Kevin?
He could be claiming a sick.
What a terrible
No,
It
I'm
has
check.
to be that.
I'm just looking at people in the Zoom. That's all I'm doing.
He probably night zero plan. Oh, no, wait, that's not possible.
It's a whole lot of irrelevance. That's
It
what
has
he
to be
is.
Carson.
I don't know.
Colin's right, yeah.
My feeling about Benji is that he's been inconsistent day one. He was very erratic and scrambly and not. He didn't have like a
I thought he
consistent
was
train
super
of thought.
town day one, man.
Benji. No,
Yeah.
no, sorry, I'll take that back. He started off being town, and then he went on these inconsistent spirals. His actions and his words didn't match up with his previous sentiments, and it's fine to change your mind on certain reads, but he was reaching too much. Like it felt like he was saying whatever he needed to say at the moment, rather than having like a genuine.
Is this a
stance on
town read or a Mafia read?
the Mafia read?
Okay, there we
Well,
go.
he also tried to hammer you.
Didn't you just take him off of your lynch list? I don't understand.
No,
No? I said, this isn't doing anything to get you off my lynch list.
Sorry.
Here's
okay.
who
My
I
bad.
think we should have killed yesterday. Wembo. That man
Maybe.
is a Mafia.
Do
I
I
don't know
respect you
about
that
that.
much, Sam?
I just
I feel
Well,
like
like,
Sam
okay,
checked
wait,
like
Wembo,
90
Wembo, was your
last night.
response? Do you have a red check?
Yes,
That was me.
his
I said it.
response.
Wembo, let me give you a challenge. If you're town, I need you to be towny, man. I need you to like
I'm
solve
trying
this game.
to wrap my dare shoelace around this piece of cardboard so I can put it on my
And
fanny
that's why I'm gonna
pack.
kill
dude.
you.
Oh, kid, man, you know I'm good late game, bro. I'm a late game champion,
true,
all
that's
right?
true. You're like a
I
hard
snowball. I got
Weak
just the
laner.
logic at the end. Not really the carry, more so just like I kind of step up. I'm like, oh, that goes there. All right.
If there was a video Mafia bingo board, I would have I'm a late game player as one of the squares.
What it's worth? Why you think Wembo is Mafia after it chose 1 KP after Kevin dies and he gets
Was
that?
Planner Vigi?
I mean, there are plenty of answers
They
to that
could
question.
have double sacks.
Maybe
Though,
the
right?
ghost
I'm
Suppose
aware
they were
could've, but
100%
leaving-
could have double
like,
sacked.
You know, Occam's razor. You know, that's where I'm looking at. So
Okay.
I thought that I didn't vote on Kevin because I thought that Kevin was town. So,
I don't know. Maybe Kevin was town.
Okay.
I don't know. I was guaranteed.
Information has come to light. You know,
All right,
we've all been informed.
Yeah, go ahead, Ray.
Dude,
Rolf is a PR. He's about to claim his shit.
I'm not a PR.
No.
Get PTB stop saying that, man.
Actually, you know what? Fine, fuck it. I'm just gonna hard claim PT. I don't give a fucking fuck. I was ready for like Benji to make a claim, in which case I would have reevaluated on him. I like didn't like the way he started today, and the fact that he hasn't claimed anything just makes me want to kill you even more, Benji.
He's waiting. He's waiting for his 10 seconds in his formal.
Yeah, I was fine not voting on Kevin because Wembo and Colin were both question marks for me, and they're
you
both
didn't
formal
vote?
Kevin. No, I didn't vote on Kevin.
Who's the eighth vote?
It's
Greg,
Carson.
Ben,
I just wrote
Bayrick,
it down.
Rez,
Yeah, you said you wanted to kill
Rez.
Kevin.
Yeah,
That, like literally,
Okay,
that was the moment that I
Rez.
said I formal Kevin.
I will say my one PR read from yesterday was Reservoir, and he is still alive. I don't think he was saved. So if there's a medic who's still alive, I would suggest saving him tonight. Otherwise, like Reservoir, I don't know. I'm gonna start pushing on you because like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I get you.
I don't give a fuck.
If I can say, so I want to go ahead and say that I think that Stryker was trying to pocket me during his formal, and that's why I voted on him. I really think that, like, the fact that the last thing that I said was I haven't played with Stryker, and then he goes ahead and says something along the lines of like, "Here, I'm going to go ahead and like say anything good about Rezi." Is weird. I don't like Pat pushing on me, but again, I still don't know about that. I do agree with Colin that I think that Kevin's formal was so crumbly and shitty that it's like hard not to vote on that.
I didn't think it was
Stryker
that bad.
no
Am I
voted him,
memeing?
right?
Like
No,
I don't know if
Colin
I'm
was
objectively the worst.
Colin was
Stryker no voted
Oh,
him,
I
right?
actually
Really don't think Colin
legitimately
was
thought
memeing.
Kevin's
I
formal.
don't make jokes.
I've seen worse
Yeah.
formal for that.
Okay.
want to say
You
that.
limey bastard.
I
But no,
wanna
I
hear
literally
where
do.
Pat-
Here,
Rez-
let
Rez-
Rezi finish
For what
first.
it's worth, Rez, I didn't want to go.
Stryker
on
no voted, right?
I can't hear Pat.
Yeah, but he can be dumb. It's
The only
okay.
person I had on my sheet that was leaning Mafia was you, so I said your name because it was the only person I had on my sheet.
I mean,
Kevin
I'm
no
glad that
voted
you have
Stryker too.
consistency, but that doesn't mean anything to
but-
me. So.
And Stryker was already had immunity. I'm just letting you know. That was
Okay.
why I thought that Wembo was pretty town after the thing that he said. So that was what I.
Which
that was
thing?
my-
Yeah, see, like I'm still in my head pairing Colin and Wembo, and I think since I'm kind of getting townier and townier on Colin, I just feel that like those two are like kind of my more town. I really do think that Kevin's formal was trash, and I
Which thing?
Wait, but you didn't vote on him, Raz.
I did vote on Kevin. Yes, I did.
He did.
Oh.
Pat, which
yeah,
thing was it that I
thanks for
said that made me
misrepresenting
seem
me,
towny to you?
It was the,
Didn't you hear him? He's VT. He's not Mafia.
Yeah, I could never be.
Oh, he's
Mafia.
wearing a red hoodie. No, he's trying to copy me.
I had you leaning
took mine off.
earlier in the day. And then
I want to go when Pat's done.
thing
By the way.
on Kevin was kind of where I was at after that.
Sam worries me.
Oh, that's it. Damn. I was all right. Okay. So
What were you
here's.
expecting?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't quite put everything together with the vote yet, but what
Kevin
I'm
and
thinking
Stryker
right
no
now,
voted each other.
the way that today is playing out, I feel like it was a hit. So I'm just gonna like town read Wimbo.
Okay, I've got a
Colin.
question for you, Greg.
I think it was a
Do you
hit.
want me to finish or do you
Well,
want
just
now?
really quick. If it
Okay.
was a
Always want you to
hit and
finish.
Kevin is Mafia, why did he no vote Stryker, who came one vote short of dying?
It's his partner.
Benji voted
Kevin is
super
a
fucking late.
town-siding
Dude,
bitch.
why the
Benji
fuck
voted
would you
too
take
late
that
to
from
hammer
me, dude?
to hammer
Like,
Stryker to death.
I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the
I've
vote
only
count
been
yet,
saying
but
it
like I
all
was
day.
I was building up to calling Stryker Mafia, Sam. You can't. You
I'm
buried the
helping you
lead for me.
then. It's an
Wouldn't it be
alley-oop.
Rolf Stryker?
What?
No,
Rolf
it's
would
fine
definitely
when
bust
Kevin
there.
has
Oh my god, that team would be doing so much better. We'd be like 7 alive right now.
Come
Even though
on.
Stryker and Kevin have things that link them together, I think that Stryker is town.
I would like to continue. All right.
I think
So
Kevin was
think
down.
I think it was a hit yesterday.
Probably.
I haven't fully like got everything from the vote yet, but I am like pretty locked in on Wimbo, Colin, and I think it was PTB who seconded Kevin as
Is
well.
that your town circle?
I'm like, well, they
No,
were
I didn't
involved in
second Kevin.
killing
Did I
Kevin,
second
and I
Kevin?
think Kevin was very
Get your
Mafia.
shit right.
I don't think he was like as crumbly as you did, Colin, but I like From
Oh,
1
no, I
minute
have
on,
to
I was like,
second die.
I thought he was very.
Wembo and Colin.
Colin seconded Kevin.
Okay, all right.
I
PTB doesn't
second-
remember,
not
so
second
you're out
that.
of the. Just should have claimed it, nerd. Now you're out of the town list.
Wait, what?
Why would I
outside
lie?
of that, I think Rolf has been pretty towny today. I didn't have this read yesterday, but I don't know. It'd be really weird. Mafia have hard claim VT like that before, but it just happens super rarely. He like led into it like spontaneously, which is not something Mafia tend to do, right? So he's probably just
Also-
telling he's probably just VT. Outside of that, I have a really stupid reason to read Resi Town, and I'm not telling it to you.
But you still think Striker's
Hate
Mafia?
when you do
Yeah,
that,
okay, here we
Greg.
go. I think that Striker's Mafia, based just on the way that the game is playing, he didn't really have anything to say in Kevin's formal, and he was like very nonplussed through the whole thing. His formal was not. His formal was good, right? Like Striker's formals are always going to be good, right?
Thank you.
I'm looking at the vote right now, and it's like
You're still working on the assumption that Kevin was a
Pat didn't vote, right?
Yeah,
no. Pat did vote on Striker.
all
Are
of
you
the
asking on
towny,
Kevin?
all of the towny people, except for Carson, didn't vote on
And
Kevin.
you're not all over me. Makes me think a little bit weird.
I did pretty
Striker.
well disagree with that, Striker. Like I think Wembo's town. I think Colin's
Me,
town.
Rolf,
I think
Sam?
Rolf is town.
Striker
I don't.
thinks
I
he's
literally
town.
just said I don't think you're town, and
I don't care what you think.
I just want to like ignore
That's what Kevin
Sam
said.
for today.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's what Kevin said.
I've been right on Sam so long that I'm just kind of scared of getting him wrong, and I don't.
Bayrex,
actually
where are
know.
you at?
The last person I want to talk about is
where
Bayrex.
I'm
Let me just give a read on you, and then you can go. I wish that you were being more town. I know that you have it like in you if you're town. I don't think you're super Mafia this game, but like I guess this is your chance.
Greg, can you tell me after most
Right.
of the day you thought I was Mafia and I'm not in the vote on Kevin and you think that Kevin's
Well,
the
I
hit,
didn't think you
why
were Mafia.
I'm
I
not
thought you were. I thought you were
that?
null. Like I thought you were squarely within your Mafia range, and I guess like right now, I like I said, I haven't really analyzed the vote count very much yet. I need to. I'm
But you
planning
said
on
that you
ignoring
thought he was a hit.
Bayrex's words and
You
like
said you're
focusing
leaning
on his
on the
emotion.
impression that he's a hit.
Say that again. Sorry.
You're leaning under the impression that he was a hit.
A little bit more strong than that, but yes.
So that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna do it.
Are you
As
guys
of right
right?
now.
okay.
All right, Bayrex,
So
just
I'm
give us
saying
give
that
us
I
your
feel like it
state.
could have been one of the first
This
things
is
you
my
said.
stake in
and
the game.
Not what you said. So like
Colin's
I don't
my
know.
top town. I'm never
I think a
lynching
lot
him
of
this
people are
game
just
just
gonna
based on the way he played day one in the beginning, and then him actually pushing on Kevin even harder after he putting him out is something Colin doesn't bring attention to himself as Mafia like that in front of everybody. He does it on the sidelines, and then he'll like weasel his way into town and win the game. That's Colin. So
He
Colin's
did that
my
last
top-
week.
Yeah, he did do that last
Oh,
week.
Bayrex
I
wouldn't
did
kill
town with
Flynn.
my
Bayrex
partner.
is
That was
town.
good.
I forgot about
my
that.
other town reads are Greg, Rolf, and Reservoir. I think if Kevin's a hit, his most likely partner is PTB, who questioned why Kevin was formal.
PTB
Okay.
voted on Kevin.
That's
voted on
a good
Kevin.
read.
All right.
That's a
I
good
think
read.
it's time for me to give some actual.
You voted
context,
early on
because
Kevin,
I've got
too.
a couple of decent reads. I'm disappointed because I had a lot of good material for day one, but that will have to go in the can. PTB is town. The reason why PTB is town is because this is a Colin read, but it's the best Colin read you're ever going to get.
Oh.
The more town PTB is, the more fun it is to think about lynching him. Day one, I was like, the most fun I could have in this game is
so
lynching
true.
PTB because he would get so annoyed and he wouldn't be able
Oh,
to
no, I
defend
want it to be
himself
lynched.
properly. Also, he had a good interaction pretty early in day one when he's at his most vulnerable as Mafia. He's definitely someone who gets into the game as the game goes on. Ben's town, Striker's town, even though he's probably the most backward I've ever seen anyone in a game of Mafia before. Like, but
Who
my
is
balls tell
that
me
on? Sorry.
Striker. Like I
Oh.
get it. I get it. Everything lines up to him and Kevin. Everything
The
lines up to him and
cojones,
Kevin
Colin.
being
Why is
different.
Ben
Like,
town?
oh, because he's the same as Plen.
What?
Oh, right.
Oh, he's the Vigi. Are you the Vigi? Why'd you do that then?
Oh my god! What a fucking Kevin! Stop it!
Rolf's town.
What's your bellend? No, Rolf's not town. Rolf's not really anything.
Colin,
I'm
you're
giving him a read
bad.
for just being
Benji's
like,
not town.
Oh,
Dude, I could bury Rolf so hard in this game. I'm just
No, you
having.
couldn't. Fucking try me.
Fucking do it.
Rolf? Is Plentown Rolf?
Plen? What?
He's claiming a same check between Plen and Benji.
Wait, really?
Yes, he said that.
Are you really?
Are you hard claiming?
He's not.
Yeah.
You actually did, like, the fact that you didn't know that he was fake claiming was bad.
He's not fake claiming. He's serious.
He's fake.
I've been trying. Look, I even said earlier this day I was going to keep pushing on Benji for the shit that he did earlier, and for the fact that I didn't think his day one was very towny at all. So if he actually is town, and like, fine, I don't believe Colin. Like, well, Colin's not
You
the
should
cop.
reevaluate
Like,
because he is town.
then who's the Mafia? Kevin and who else? Who are his partners? I'm gonna say,
Maybe Kevin's. I don't know.
It could be you. It could be Sam. It could possibly be Pat. It could.
I'd look at people that vote like so. The striker vote had a few people that I thought were towny day one: Bayrex, Resi, Ben, Wembo, Pat, Greg. I think Sam might be Mafia, but he didn't vote on striker.
Who was town in the striker voters in your opinion, though?
Day one,
aside from Benji. Yeah.
I thought Resi. Like I agreed with what a lot of people said. Like people gave him a big town read easily for Resi, but I thought that his initial.
I kind of hate that.
Your initial 2 minutes was good.
It's actually really weird. Like, and that was something I wanted to bring up. I didn't like that Sam went ahead and gave me that town read because usually, universally Mafia read for
when it comes to you today,
Sam,
the only thing that I have liked is the comment about Striker trying to pocket you. I thought I could agree with that line of thought, but everything else from you today has been underwhelming, to say the best.
Fair enough.
Like,
yeah.
I don't think that you. Wembo could be anything. For all I know, Kevin could be a hit.
My parents say the same thing.
Who would be your top lynch today? Colin, who would be your top lynch today?
Colin, you think Kevin's a hit, but you think Wembo could be anything?
I'm not sold on Kevin being a hit. I mean, all the evidence indicates that Kevin's more likely a hit. Out of everyone here, if someone's going to formal their partner that they think are going to die anyway, I'd probably put Wembo as being bold.
Rolf, I agree.
What?
Colin.
I didn't even formal Kevin.
I don't think Rolf's been. No, I'm talking about Wembo. But I think Wembo.
What? Wembo wouldn't formal his partner there.
Let's take Kevin out.
No fucking way would I do that shit.
Let's treat Kevin as an unknown. If Kevin is an unknown, Wembo.
Benji's like such a logical Mafia from you. If Kevin is.
Benji is the most Mafia person in the game at the moment.
But he's not allowed to think that, dude.
Isn't he hard claiming
zero.
Colin, can you tell me who you'd want to lynch today?
Roll size, please.
I think we formed three town yesterday. Benji voted on all of them.
You just
I also think you're town, Pat. That's the
you're the only one, which is nice.
Town votes on town all the time.
I
don't think that Colin's the only one.
Your answer was going to be Sam because of the way you voted on Sam, and then didn't give it like I don't know. That was where I expected you to give an answer as
Sam's a weird one because like I don't have a strong Mafia read.
I formal Benji.
Formal striker.
He's the same as Plen.
Are you actually claiming that?
5 million times.
As he smiles.
You don't come across.
Guys, he's the cop. He's soft.
Second striker.
I mean, that's the.
Come on, striker accusation.
Was that really whatever?
No, Greg's fumbled me again. Can we kill this fuckwit?
All right, I rescind. Come at me.
So firstly, I'll say a couple of things. Firstly, people are playing this game really poorly if you are town. Like, so many people are putting misinformation into the game. It's really hard to try and solve it.
Where's the misinformation?
Colin's claim not
it's really hard to solve the game.
Benji's claim not claim. Like, they're not towny things. People that have been.
I agree with Benji. Where's the other misinformation? Too many people are putting
Colin did not
misinformation
hard
in.
claim. He mucked
He
around
hard
with
claimed like 8 times.
He never said hard claim.
He never said hard
That's
claim.
actually the truth.
He claimed and then he laughed and
I
said,
don't
yes,
want
it's a
to
serious
defend
claim. I don't care. So if Colin and Benji are both town, I think Sam's town, I think Rolf's town, I think PTB is light town, then it gets murky. I would formal between Wembo, Pat, Greg, Resi, and Bayrex.
You know, Ben also claimed Vigi.
And Bayrex would be the last.
He did not claim Vigi. Holy shit.
That's what I mean. No, there's no misinformation in this game.
Can I concede?
I think our chance of winning this is like that. 0.
Okay. This puzzle's really hard. Can you guys make it easier to solve the puzzle?
Striker, I gotta be honest. I rescinded so you'd punch me in the face, and
You just
I
whine.
don't,
very punched.
I don't want to kill Greg or
Fine.
Striker right now.
So
Let's
I
just-
want to ask Striker, like, based on the fact that you have like a 6-person vote, you should have a lot of like extra information on the game.
Yes, I want to kill 4 people who are in my vote. The people that are in my vote that I don't want to
Who do you
kill
wanna
are
kill,
exactly Bayrex and Benji now that he's apparently green
You
checked.
changed on
I thought
Bayrex.
you didn't want to
said you
kill
wanted
me
to
either.
Bayrex is
Oh, wait, I didn't vote for you.
Bayrex is my 5th kill, but he's not the person I'd kill today.
I think that makes sense. I think Striker's formal was actually like pretty towny, and
I
that
thought it was too.
yeah, like he seemed to lay low and not. He wasn't pushing an agenda. And who was it? Carson was the one who said yesterday that like Striker does actually like try to manipulate or like drive the game more as Mafia, and he didn't seem to be doing that at all. And Carson's town now. Yeah, I like if Colin is cop and like claiming
He said that about Greg, by the way, not Striker. He
What?
said Greg when he gave the scum read on
He
Greg.
was talking.
He gave a town read on Striker, but gave a sky.
no, but he said that when Striker is Mafia, that's what he does, and Striker
And I
wasn't doing
feel
that.
like
Therefore,
I'm
he
being
was town.
pocketed by Sam and Rolf.
If you think Kevin was a hit or not.
If Kevin was a hit,
Striker,
I'm
if,
asking Striker
if
specifically.
your town.
I
was
don't know.
Mafia, I would
How
vote
can I solve the game if Sam or Rolf are Mafia? They're the only people that are seeing the game in a similar
no.
way.
If Sam or I are
Sam's
Mafia, then we just make it to
like
Final
Bayrex.
5 or Final 3 or whatever, and then figure it out there.
I don't
Like
know. I feel like
deal.
Striker actually goes more on vote logic, and like the fact that he's saying that myself who didn't vote on Kevin, and he also didn't vote on Kevin is like
Yeah.
Why does
go
the
out-
Colin, I
technical
think you should
matter?
make
But there's 2 things. Firstly, Kevin could be a hit. I don't think it's true, but he could be.
Yeah,
a
and
hit.
if Kevin's a
Secondly,
hit, it's
if you
natural
are
for the two of you to
Mafia-
push on each other.
If you are Mafia, Pat, I think it's perfectly fine for you to keep your hand down when you see him dying anyway.
Colin.
I'm not disagreeing with
I think
that.
he's
but
more
I'm
likely
saying,
town
I thought
than
that
Mafia at
Kevin's
this
formal
point.
was fine. A lot of people said
Right.
other.
I'm not saying formal who you want. I'm not telling you to do anyone. Just do it before someone else.
I follow Pat.
The most
second Pat.
the actual
Does
most.
a formal on Pat accusation, please?
Yeah, I mean, if Kevin is Mafia, like it's the no voters should be pushing on each other, right? And I think Striker and I read each other town. I feel like Sam was town from his formal. Pat, you're like the last like I don't know in there. And then I felt like if Kevin was Mafia, that a partner would have voted on him. That's why I was pushing on Benji. I didn't think Benji was all that towny. And if he's green checked, okay, great. I have other places to go.
That's fine. I mean, I definitely understand why you go after me if there's a leaning like Kevin was a hit. I didn't vote on Kevin. I thought Kevin's moral was actually not as bad as everybody said it was. I'm not going to claim a role. I'm Vanilla Town. It's unfortunate that there's a lot of pressure on me today for that reason. I don't think that I have a lot of good reads to give to the game. My initial read on Benji was because of what his interaction with Carson, who's now confirmed town. And he was coming from it as a good point of view. He's gotten a lot worse today, but I feel like a lot of that's intentional. I don't know. I feel like that he's coming from a point. I don't necessarily believe Colin's read is as actually as the cop. I don't necessarily believe that. I feel like the way that he gave it didn't seem like it was truthful. I've played a lot of games with Colin, and I feel like that was not necessarily true. So I'll take a chance to save him if he's actually the cop too. I think that the vote on Sam is another place that we could have looked at. I think the fact that he's also in the no voters as well. I didn't vote on him. It's basically exact opposite of like the vote on Kevin. I mean, not exactly, but you have everybody opposite in that vote. Everybody that is in that vote is voting on Sam. So I thought that the interaction that Bucko had with Kevin was the thing that I was leaning him town for. So I thought that I put Wembo down as town. Rez hasn't done a lot today. He came out early and said a little bit the thing about Striker trying to pocket him. That was the only thing I got from him today. But I'm still the only thing I have down from him is at the beginning of the day is that I felt that he had too much information too quickly. I've never played with him before. That's all I had. I felt that Powers to be was very town on day one. There was a lot of interactions that he had with myself on whenever he first asked if I had to say that it was a dumb tell. That to me like stuck out to me. Why would he say that as Mafia? It doesn't seem like a thing the Mafia would ever say. And that he was questioning interaction between myself and Carson when I was giving my read on Benji after that. I don't know if he popped up and was like saying that he thought that it was I don't know. I didn't felt like, I don't know. I don't have the exact information for that one, but I know that he had an interaction between the three of us, and I thought he was town for it. I was gonna take a look about Colin today. If it's obvious that Kevin is a hit, that Colin gets a lot of credit for that, but I don't necessarily believe that. I was actually like thinking about it after the vote that basically the only thing Colin had said was that he thought he was Mafia. So if you think that he was like a person that you could go after and just basically just nail on the person that the only read you gave that day, I thought he was the town at the beginning of the day, but he not for any good reason, just because I like playing with Colin. I think that Greg not coming after me today is a little bit suspect, especially like I don't know. He's also in the vote on Striker with me, so it's lesser than some of the other people. But I think that if Greg was town, he would have like jumped on me today because I was in a no voter, and from his perspective, he should come after me and become Mafia.
I mean, I'm voting on you if that helps.
I mean, that's fine if you want to vote on me, but that's what I'm saying. That's my like outside chance Mafia, as where I would go. I think that Benji's still town. I think that he's too Mafia to do that. I think that he's still probably town, and it's unfortunate if you guys are going to vote me because I am town. And if we did get Kevin, that's fine. But I think that where we should look is Striker, and then Greg, and then like maybe outside chance Sam.
This is pre-end of day.
Max, the end of the formal. Would you like to push to vote?
I push.
You have 10 seconds.
I'm Vanilla Town. I hope you don't vote on me. You might vote on me, but that's a shame if you do.
If you would like to vote on Pat, please do so in 3, 2, 1, vote. 4 votes is done enough. You have 2 minutes for your game.
For sure, I was dead.
Okay.
Oh, Striker and Rolf are working together. The hammer was kind of not good.
I think that the person who I sat and I looked at the votes and also the way they played, I think Bayrex is the right kill. He pushed on me really hard yesterday, and then it's not like he ever got a town read on me. Didn't push on me today. He shouldn't.
I think if you like care about my town position at all, like Bayrex wouldn't have killed Plin. Like when Bayrex
Bayrex always talks about how he's like the king of reading PRs, and yet he somehow today faked like he thought Benji was like the Vigi. Like anyway,
I mean, Benji made guns up in the air. He did.
Wembo, did you shotgun some recently?
Honestly, the only thing that stuck out to me in Pat's formal was who he wanted to kill, and I agreed with it. Mainly Striker. I think Striker kind of flying by day one, saying like he doesn't really have any content. Everybody keeps saying that it was like a good or a towny formal. I don't remember anything from it. It seemed lackluster to me. It stuck out to me when Rolf said he wanted to kill Striker and then didn't vote. Or not Striker, sorry, when he wanted to kill Kevin and didn't vote. So I like Pat. You said yes, day one. Yeah, you said.
And then Benji spoke up, and I hated what Benji said, so I said I wished it was on Benji instead.
The first person on your list was Striker or fucking Kevin. I keep getting them mixed up. I just want to kill Striker so much. I just think that he didn't really give enough content day one, and then day two, like the only thing that I heard him say was like, "Guys, you're making it hard to solve the game," and complaining about that, which is just like it seems so fake coming from a player like Striker. He's experienced, he knows what he's doing, and yet somehow he's turning his nose up at a good puzzle. I don't like that. I think Benji is town. I thought Benji was town before Colin's claim. I thought Colin's claim was probably like it could be legitimate, but
formal
Bayrex,
formal
Sam,
formal Resi.
Second Sam.
There's a formal on Sam. Accusation, please.
I've been skirting around you this game. I'm starting to think that I have too many town for you to be town this game. I like don't even have the Mafia thing from you this game. It's just the walls are closing in. You have reads that I don't think are congruent with the game state. Like I tried to talk to you about Bayrex and you didn't even like listen to what I had to say.
Even if you tried to talk to me about Bayrex and I didn't listen to what you have to say, I don't think you'd scum read me for that. So that seems like a dumb reason to just like policy lynch me here.
It's not a policy lynch.
Well, bad way to end your accusation. Yeah, I formed both Bayrex and Wembo there. I think that there's very highly likely Mafia like within those two, maybe both.
You didn't like what Wembo had to say against Striker there at the end there?
No, not at all. I didn't like it at all. The fact that he's basically done nothing and then like he's not even giving a read on actually why Striker's Mafia. He's just going Striker just you just complained about the game and said people gave misinformation. It's not. I don't feel like it's one of those tough situations because I feel two ways about it. If Kevin's a hit, then Wembo probably is just town. But if Kevin's a miss, Wembo's like very likely Mafia to me. And like, so I'm torn, right? Because even if Kevin's a hit, I asked Wembo, I gave him the challenge at the beginning of the day. I said, Wembo, I need you to be towny for me, man.
I agree with that statement, by the way.
But I don't have to, like, I'm not trying to prove to you, Sam, that you're town because I don't see you in my town circle.
Sorry, I have 3 minutes to live and guaranteed. I would love to, I wish you would have talked sooner. But I can't evaluate that right now. I need to be towny.
Well, don't take 45 seconds to explain that.
Sorry, bro.
What do you think of Resi, Sam?
Resi, yeah, I actually, so he said today that I was one of the first people to call him town, which I was. I think he's dropped off completely, like fell off a cliff. I think he could be Mafia as well. I have kind of a lot of Mafia right now. I just think he'd be that third, like, most likely Mafia.
Resi's the check, right? I think that's where I'm putting it on Resi for sure.
I don't know. I'm not good enough as probably know what the right check is. I think that Wembo, Bayrex, Resi, there's like always one Mafia in there, maybe two. But yeah, I just like. I hate to give a read like this.
Wembo, Bayrex, Resi was the. You said there's always one.
Yeah. I think there's Mafia in there. But I just think that like, and it's not because of you, the player, Wembo. It's just this game. I don't think that I thought this day one that you just weren't contributing as much as I would have liked, and so I wanted you lynched because it would progress the game forward. Where I don't feel like I'm ever going to have that's why I gave you the challenge today, and it didn't happen. So I doubt it's going to happen day 3. You guys probably lynch me here, and then Wembo's still a question mark tomorrow, unless like he's checked. That's why he'd be like an okay check. But also, I don't know. You might want to check.
Yeah, actually, like a Wembo check.
Live longer. I think that. Like Greg's super opportunistic here. I don't even understand it. I feel like I thought today I was fine. Like I felt good. I didn't feel pressure. I felt I gave a lot of content. Yeah, Benji, I wish you weren't Green Shack, man. Game would be much easier. Yeah, I think Rolf and Stryker are town. If they're not, then I'm probably always losing this game. I also thought Pat was really towny there. I thought he was pretty towny day 1. I thought he was really towny there. If him and Kevin are both Mafia in their like final 10 seconds, they were both just like, man, I can't believe you guys are gonna lynch me. Like, oh man, this sucks. If they both did that, that's funny. If they're both Mafia and they have the same defense. Yeah, I don't feel like me being in this formal is gonna help at all because you're gonna see 1 KP tomorrow, whether or not Kevin was a hit.
What about? Well, we should see none if Kevin was a hit, right? What about PTB? He was the other voter on you that we haven't talked about.
Yeah, I just had thought PTB. Like, that's the thing is I looked at my vote and I don't even remember what it all was, but I thought it was more towny than it wasn't. And so I was like, there's got to be, I feel like there's a Mafia in my vote. And that's why I just came to the conclusion Bayrex, but then like obviously it could be confirmation bias. But then I just realized like why is he not pushing on me hard? Like he didn't until I even brought him up on it. I feel
why
like
would that be confirmation bias?
It's confirmation bias because I told myself, oh, who's scummy in here? Probably Bayrex. And then I thought, why could Bayrex be scummy? And then I came up with
the end of the form. Would you like to push to vote?
I push.
Sam, you have 10 seconds.
I just need you guys to evaluate that I'm town. Like literally no vote. I know it's like minus EV to no voting guaranteed, but seriously, I'm just town here. Or if you're gonna kill me, evaluate tomorrow as me being town.
If you would like to vote on Sam, please do so in 3, 2, 1, vote. That is enough. Sam has died. Please go to sleep. Send midnight actions. I'm looking for 10. This should be everybody. You will have 17 minutes in the night. Benji, you die. Bayrex, you die. They begin.
I thought Benji was.
Hello, hold on. Hello?
Yeah, Benji was.
There's no. What?
Shot?
Benji was.
No, hold on. It did.
Oh my
people are being really towny this game. It's a great game to play. I'm really.
Do we have a medic?
Okay,
Do we have a Vigi? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, Bayrex was never a Mafia KP.
Did Benji shoot Bayrex? I don't know, because Benji never fucking claimed Vigi.
Yeah, people are playing Super Towny. This has been a fun game.
Wembo, you're claiming Vigi.
I shot Bayrex.
It's like
No, you didn't.
On the, I shot Bayrex on the off chance that Sam was
Say it
right.
with feeling.
After tunneling on me,
it's
after
the-
tunneling on me
up.
the entire.
Hey, look, people are gonna come at you as
Why didn't you
Mafia,
claim
right?
yesterday?
Because we hit day one, and I felt like we hit day one. I'm like, we
didn't
killed
hit
somebody
day
day
one.
one.
I
Well,
would
that's
policy-
that, but I kept
I
hearing that
would
logic thrown
policy
back at
lynch
me over
Wembo
and
for
over
silent
again.
shooting, regardless. Like he's probably
Well,
not.
man, like, yeah. Look,
I
you
found
can sit
myself in
there and you can
agreement
talk
with
about what's
Stryker,
mechanically
actually.
correct. You can sit there and talk about what's mechanically correct all day, but at the end of the day, if you want to win this
You
game,
want a really good
you're not gonna-
chance
You're
of-
not going
I
to.
follow
You're not going to
Wembo.
policy lynch.
I'm not seconding, but I want.
It's like there's so many reasons he's not the Vigi. It's ridiculous that we're letting us claim it.
Striker, look, I agree with you, Striker. I agree with you. You need to
Okay,
calm down.
can
You need to let the day progress. Okay?
There's a
Yeah,
couple of things.
can I hear from Colin first?
Yeah, Benji either had a check on Kevin and Carson or Kevin and Colin. I'm 99% sure it was Kevin and Colin by the comment that he made to me in the call, and that's why I felt bold enough to take on the claim.
So you thought he was the cop.
I'm pretty certain he was the cop.
So then you killed him.
No,
but if
he else had a cop claim.
if he was Mafia, PTB, if he was Mafia, he would just hold his
If you're calling me
claim.
Mafia, if you're calling me Mafia, hold on. I wait for Wembo to claim that he's the Vigi or whatever. He's even my partner or whatever. He claims the second case.
But you had a cop read on Benji.
Judged and put my green, and
Okay,
I red checked someone dumb like.
But PTB, he had a cop read on Benji, but he claimed the cop. Benji didn't out, which means that if he didn't out his cop read on Benji, he could have just kept going on and being I'm the cop.
Because Benji probably thought that he was trying to take a PR bullet for him.
But yeah, but if Colin was trying to if Colin was Mafia, he would have just held the cop claim. PTB. He would have
So
just
that
came in
means-
today and not outed that Benji's the cop. He would have
So
just
then
said
what
I'm
you're
still the
saying?
cop.
So what you're saying
sense.
is that there is no Vigi and that there is two alive.
I am the Vigi.
No,
I am the Vigi.
Let's talk about that. Let's actually talk about that. So yesterday, there was a stop.
I would like to go first.
I haven't.
I still haven't finished, by the way.
haven't either,
Like, there's
so-
other
Alright,
things to
whatever.
consider here. Right. First of all,
Okay,
if
this is the
Wembo
world I'm
is-
building. I'm talking. Thank you.
No, you're not. You're not. Shut the fuck up. All right.
I haven't said anything for 2 days.
I don't give a fuck. Then be more proactive. Don't whine about it now.
It's impossible
Right.
when everyone's just yelling.
We're in a world where Wembo could be fake claiming because Bayrex
Very
is
much
a weird
so.
kill, for Mafia to make anyway. But it's a good one for him to make if he's going to claim Vigi today if he's Mafia. And if Kevin's a miss, he isn't looking great. It's weird that he didn't claim yesterday as well when there was a supposed cop out. Either way, it's weird
worse
not
than
to
that.
claim.
It's worse than that. He was a very realistic target for guaranteed yesterday.
Yeah.
Very realistic.
Yeah, but
He got formaled,
Wembo does often hold.
Then lynch him. Then
Bayrex
lynch him,
and
and
Sam.
maybe he stops playing dumb.
But Bayrex and Sam probably contained a Mafia though. Like it's very weird. It's a very weird game.
Yeah.
I'm taking it from this. I believe Kevin was.
Why did
miss
Bayrex and
because
Sam
that's-
probably contain Mafia? I'm sorry.
I'm taking it from this. So I'm taking it that Benji was the cop and Kevin was not a hit because that's the information that he told me, and that's how I have to play this game.
I don't
based
think
off
that
of
you
what
need
I've
to
done.
bet the game on that, dude.
That's
but
fine. But
You're
I'm
gonna do
going
it anyway.
Yeah, because I'm in that position now. And I've put myself in that position, but I'm okay with that. I think that the vote on Sam, like Bayrex voting on Sam, Bayrex voting on Striker, and Bayrex voting on Kevin. I really think Striker's town. I know you disagree with me, Greg.
I agree with you now.
I can't explain it more than like I felt.
No,
it.
I think
wanted to
Striker's
vote
like
on
locked
him.
down now.
Like I was
You
going to
don't-
kill
you
him
think
day one,
Striker's
and he had his
locked down
formal.
now?
I didn't think
Yeah,
it was that great.
Like
but I
he's
still
pushing
didn't
on Wembo, and Wembo's Mafia. So
well, Wembo's
I'm
even
not-
Mafia.
I'm-
I don't
Bayrex
actually.
is Mafia. If Sam was a hit,
The thing is, Wembo can be town, but I can't not lynch him. It's so frustrating.
No,
Well,
dude,
but
like,
but,
this
but
is-
here's but
this is
your
just
logic.
Wembo trying
No.
to
Stop.
slag on the All-Stars players.
No.
That's exactly what it
Stop. First of all, I couldn't give less of a fuck if we're playing this on Daily Mafia, Mini Mafia, All Stars, or fucking offline. I don't give
You
a
are
shit about
trying to
swagging
swag,
in a
though.
Mafia game. I don't
If
give a fuck
Mafia
about
had
swagging on a game of
that
Mafia.
might be
I hold
about
my shot. I hold my shot until I'm sure because I have a nice fucking Vigi shot percentage. I like hitting Mafia. Now, Striker, your logic is that I'm so dumb that you want to kill me. So either I'm so dumb that as a Vigi I should die because I didn't claim for 3 days, or I'm so dumb that the claim is just bad. But it's like if I'm dumb, why would I not hold on to that claim?
What do you mean hold on to the claim? You
Well,
made
like,
a claim.
I'm saying hold off on claiming, Striker. Like your logic is flawed.
Because
You wanna
it's a
kill
great
me.
claim to make. It's a great claim to make as Mafia going into Final 8 with 3 alive. It's a fantastic claim to make. because you've got a night KP to be able to claim.
But how do you know they're still alive? Maybe I just hit.
Yeah, well, that is a chance.
I'm pretty fucking positive that I just hit.
There's two worlds.
Okay.
There's a world where you're the Vigi because Mafia wouldn't have put KP on Bayrex unless it's exactly you as Mafia setting up a Vigi claim. Because Bayrex was never a good night KP for Mafia to make last night. So it's like
what happened night one Striker then?
I
like,
actually
that's
I
what
don't
meant.
medic save or a double stack.
Night one, yeah, literally just claiming the double stack.
There's not going to be a medic save on Bayrex or Benji,
I think there was a
especially not
medic
Benji,
save.
and like probably not Bayrex, right? So
It could be
what
a
happened with the
medic save on
KP?
Bayrex,
I want to hear more about why Greg is no longer.
Maybe
thinking
I'm a dumb fuck, but I don't see.
Why
why
I don't think Striker's Mafia is the way he's pushing on Wimbo.
I don't see a world where Mafia had 2 KP and used one on
Like
Bayrex.
it's a very simple case.
Logic, Greg.
It's a mechanical.
If you want
play,
to fake claim a Vigi shot,
to do
Bayrex
as
is a good shot.
This is such an old school mindset, Pat.
It's a
This
very
is so
easy
weird.
Striker like mechanical play to go after. Even if Wembo is Mafia here, like I don't think that should automatically clear him because it's such a mechanical play to instantly go after the potential vigilante.
Can I respond to Pat before you
didn't
go?
vote on me, and you didn't vote on me, so I
voted on you.
Game.
You did vote on me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can someone back me up?
Greg, Striker, Rolf.
Yeah, I think
and
the vote on you
Bayrex.
is all town, by the way.
Yeah,
Like
so here's
that
the
vote on Pat looks real hella towny.
yeah, here's the
If
problem.
Wembo's Mafia,
Like-
Wembo Pat X.
Like Colin and Wembo not pushing on each other more is a bit frustrating, right? The fact that Benji would have taken Mafia KP ahead of Colin, like in the hopes that they're like YOLO nomadic, like. Wembo, it's bad that you didn't claim before, and the fact that Colin's not pushing on you is like bad for both of you.
You need to listen to what I just said.
I don't like.
Got filtered out. No, you can't say.
Colin, no, because you're telling me that you were willing to die on like to die if you're town, right? To die and confirm Benji as town, even if he wasn't necessarily town, if you weren't actually the cop. I don't understand which Mafia team doesn't put KP on you when you basically make the claim like that because I fucking forced you to do that. Now, okay, I don't fucking care. Pat, Formal does a very guaranteed day one. Going back to that, they're not partners. I think if there's a team 3, Colin is always on that team of 3 with Wembo, and that's probably just fucking Pat because I think Striker and PTB are town, and I feel like Greg is town too, right? Greg is the one I'm not sure about, but like,
Rolf, like we're on.
checked Resi.
I don't think Colin is Mafia, but aside from that, we're on basically the exact same page.
I honestly have to believe that Wembo actually is like telling the truth.
I think Wembo's claim is
after Rolf like talks there and gives that logic. Like I know that I'm town, so like the vote on me is where I have to look, and it's horrendous. Like I thought for sure that I was going to be dead there because I don't think normal. And the fact that I lived is baffling to me to be completely honest. But now that I'm still alive, I'm evaluating the game, and Greg completely like switching his read on Striker to me is what like where I want to go today. He can say that all about he wants about Wembo, but I think that it easily Mafia could also like be in a scenario where they could just not say that there. Like I don't know.
I think.
Can we hear from PTB?
The player that is.
Can we please hear from PTB?
But I think that
after this,
probably telling the truth.
It's okay.
It's not okay. I want to hear from PTB.
I understand the suspicion.
So I had a point earlier, but when I wanted to make it, Colin cut me off and I lost it. But
way to go, Colin.
I think that
if Wembo's fake, he's always
assessing it. I think in the world where Wembo is fake, I think that
I don't see how I don't kill you this game, Colin, especially like right now. Because if I kill you, I just get to die.
Fun and all, but I would like to get my point.
Yeah, let's let PTB go.
I think that it's possible that Benji was just the medic and that Colin probably had that read on him, and that's why he faked claim cop. And obviously, if he did that, Benji would not counterclaim cop. So they're just assessing at that point that the cop is dead. I think that if anyone would have counterclaimed Colin, he would have he gave himself the space.
It was a shitty,
he could have rescinded it easily and just said, oh, I'm just, blah, blah, blah. So
I think I could have.
I definitely think you could have.
I knew it was
No,
fake.
not when I say, and Benji, he's the same as Plen. That was like my read on Benji. That wasn't anything else. It was just that. Just because people
Right.
chose to interpret it as not being like, it's pretty much.
But you not, but like you not.
Me
like,
laughing at
not being cop and then green checking.
From all of the games. You know, all through the game, I've enjoyed aspects of it. Me laughing when I'm giving checks and whatnot is irrelevant. Like people can.
Yeah, but you just you rescinded your claim. So I just think it is a possible world of Wembo, Colin. I don't necessarily.
Why don't I red check Resi today? Like I said, I was going to check him. Like why don't I just red check Resi? Or
because if you rescind today, then no one questions why you're still alive.
If they question why I'm still alive in Final 3, though.
He would have just
which
won the
presumably
game
I'd
if
have to get to.
really though. If it was a world of 3, like he just wins at that point. He wins.
Yeah, Colin's almost always in a world of
People
3.
don't
so.
engage their brains.
Yeah.
How does he
I mean, Colin, you could
the
still be
Mafia
Mafia
community
in
has
this game.
trust issues.
I could, but the probability of that is.
I think there's a reason.
I just think your players. No,
I don't think
making
I've
the
seen
game
Colin
harder
like
for
do that stuff where they're like pretending to role swap like as Mafia.
Oh,
Mafia don't do that.
yeah,
at
he
all.
has.
And I don't think he's
He
Name
has.
one time.
He's done it when I was medic in a Bird 7. He
What
claimed.
the fuck is a Bird 7? If
It's
it's
a
a
mini Mafia
mini
setup.
Mafia setup, I don't care about
Well,
that.
don't invalidate it. He's claimed cop when a Vigi waved a gun in his fucking face. Wembo's claim, and that's the thing. Wembo's claim. Wembo coming just Greg, just think back to the way that Wembo started the day, and Colin there was no, Colin didn't take that in. Colin didn't process that there was a Vigi that wasn't Benji, right?
I did take
he didn't do anything about it. I'm killing Colin. I FOMO Colin.
No.
but
Wembo is there. Colin,
wait,
Colin
stop.
can still be Colin can still be town today. Him dropping the claim is I think he holds
Anyone
it
that's
more
interested
often.
in logic should second me.
He can just make a red.
The fact that Colin claimed
I'm
only voting for
Look,
Wembo
you
or
can-
Pat today.
Striker,
Yeah,
I
alright,
think,
listen,
I
hold
think
on.
PTP and
Let me
Striker are
stop.
town. I suspect Greg is town, and because Pat and Rezi aren't together, if,
Dude, man up and
like-
town read me. We're on exactly the same
explained
page except
why
for
Wembo's
Colin being
like
Mafia.
individual.
We have exactly the same.
But
reason.
Rolf,
Just
if
wanna give
Colin
Christopher a
was
sure that you
Mafia,
and Stryker are
listen,
town,
Rolf,
and,
if
like,
Colin's
I
Mafia,
think
why
we
wouldn't you
need
just
to have
hold
a
that cop claim
triangle.
today?
Greg, you're trying to kill Striker, and I think no, you're not.
No,
Pat was
I've
trying to
t- I've
kill.
town
Pat
read
was
him
trying to kill
today.
Striker. Never
I've
mind.
locked him in this town.
Greg, I think if Wembo is Mafia, which you say, I think he's always just with fucking Colin, because if Wembo
But why
had
would
two
Colin
KP,
hold that
he
cop
would have
claim?
put it on Colin, who claimed a real fucking check. If Colin is town,
Okay.
you kill
Why would-
Colin
why
before you
would-
kill Wembo.
Why would Colin have not
I've
held that
got
fake
a
claim?
stronger accusation on Wembo than I do on Colin.
Yeah, that's
Yes. Okay. Look.
Strike
Okay.
formal
Look.
Wembo.
Aside from the fact
Striker's
that
formal and Wembo.
I got
There's a
formal,
formal
Rolf.
Wembo
Why didn't you
accusation.
second me?
Who's got the formal, please? Mark?
Form on Wembo, Striker.
All right, I'll spell it on the accusation. When someone makes a claim, you assess if they've played the game in the manner of the role that they've claimed. That's the single best way to assess the validity of a claim. So day one is kind of null. There's not a lot to go on. You can easily hold a claim day one. There's no reason to claim. You didn't do anything super town. You didn't do anything super mafia. I don't think you were a high risk of end of day formals there. Fine. No qualms there. Day two, a lot of shit happens. Firstly, you have a pretty quiet day. You have a lackluster push on me, which is fine. That's not damning by itself. But when push came to shove in those end of day guaranteed formals of day two, your name was being thrown around as a really high target for that formal. If you're the Vigi in that situation, there's zero way that someone who is the Vigi in that mindset of being the Vigi doesn't claim Vigi. It's information to town. It allows you to confirm your own shot. Not claiming, getting to the next day, silent shooting, and then claiming a shot on someone that doesn't really make sense with the rest of the game is just so Mafia that I can't get past it. So I am voting.
Okay, so first of all, there's no cut and dry black and white way for people to play the game of Mafia, whether they're Vigi, medic, cop, whatever. You can sit there and say that, Vigi will always play this way 100% of the time, and I think that's one of the most fucking ridiculous mindsets I've ever heard in the game of Mafia.
There is plenty of scope for variety.
Define how but see, the thing is though, is that you're not even evaluating the fact that you might have met a player who doesn't play the exact same way as the fucking 20 other players that you've been playing the same game with on repeat for the last however many years. Nobody plays this game the same, and those people who do fall victim to the fucking weaknesses of its own build. If I'm Vigi and I claim only when I'm under pressure, Sure, you could call that mechanically correct, but I think that's silly. When I play Vigi, I shoot Mafia when I think there's Mafia. I don't out it so I can fucking die by Mafia or get killed by Mafia in the night.
The only content you had yesterday was that I'm Mafia, and you didn't shoot me.
I'm a selfish Mafia player. I'm a bad Mafia player. I didn't fucking push on you. I said I think you're Mafia. You can call that a push, sure, but
only read you had.
It's the only read that you remembered because you're so fucking focused on yourself and who's coming and reading you and not reading you that you're not even trying to evaluate the game. All that I remember you said in the last 2 days, Striker. Sure, man. Okay, and I could be wrong, but at least I'm man enough to admit that. All I remember you saying of the last 2 days is that you were complaining that the game is too hard to solve. And now today, somebody comes out and claims Vigi, not under pressure, not counterclaiming, and you say that this the only place that you have to push is not that you have logically evaluated the game. You haven't looked at the game state.
Wembo,
you don't
where do you
have
think we
anywhere
should
to push, and your only push. I think honestly. So here's the thing: I don't think Striker is Mafia for the way he's pushing on me. I think Greg is Mafia for calling me softly calling me Town all game,
dude,
and then the moment Striker pushes on me, Greg flips on that. I think Rolf is Town because he's so dead set on pushing on Colin, and I think if Colin was Mafia, he would have just held that fucking cop claim.
If you stop calling me
in
Mafia,
the right
I'm gonna
mind,
try and defend you. No?
Like Striker, if you're okay, you could take me as Mafia, sure, or a bad player and can policy lynch me. That's fair, but don't fucking keep Colin alive for fuck's sakes. Who in their right mind is Mafia would claim cop, get away with it, and then live the next day after the person that they think is the cop is dead, and then comes out and admits that I'm not actually the cop. Who does that? So Rolf, PTB, Striker, don't kill Colin. I don't know which of you are Mafia. I think the three of you are Townie. I think Pat's Townie. So I'm trying to figure out who we hit because I feel like we hit. I think I hit Bayrex. I think I hit on Bayrex.
If you Town read Pat, this is my olive branch.
But see, you don't because you are looking at it from a mathematical perspective. That's not how you should play this game. People aren't ones. They're not ones and zeros. There are fucking consistencies.
Dude, I'm the last
there are patterns.
person you need to preach to about that.
Okay.
So evaluate the game.
Dude, I thought that I was always voting, and I believe your emotion here.
Yes.
But
the only two worlds that we live in right now are that there's 3 alive and there was a medic save.
Okay,
Pat.
Okay.
Look, there is 2 alive.
Okay, not enough time. Okay, Pat.
PTB is
the vote on Pat was myself, Striker, Bayrex, and somebody else.
Greg.
And Greg. Yes, I feel like I feel like that's very Town. I have difficulty finding Mafia in that.
Yes.
Especially because I don't think.
I've been trying to fucking say that for 2 minutes.
I think I still want to kill Colin. I want to kill Colin today, Pat tomorrow.
I want to kill Colin.
I think because if Kevin is a hit, Mafia probably didn't vote on Pat when they could have. I think that Resi not voting on Pat probably just makes Resi Town.
Please just vote.
I'm snapping Colin.
The only thing you've done this game is complain that we haven't solved it or we're making it too hard to solve, and then you're gonna mislynch the Vigi. Fucking take me to post game.
Been pushed to vote. Wembo, you have 10 seconds.
Take me to post game, baby. Yeah, if the only thing you did this game is mislynch the Vigi, then you know what? I salute you, my friend. Please vote on me. I like this. You know what? Just don't kill Colin.
If you would like to vote on Wembo, please do so in 3, 2, 1. Vote. 2 votes is not enough. You have 2 minutes.
A formal Colin.
So Wembo,
formal Pat.
Second Pat.
I heard a second on Colin.
Who?
Really?
What?
I didn't hear.
No, I heard a second on Pat.
Right, then if there's then there is a formal on Pat then.
Yeah, I think most of the accusation just lies in your vote. I think people aren't quite familiar with your Mafia play. You're pretty squarely within it.
Your logic. I think that Wembo not being able to say anything about his push on Kevin seemed really bad for him. I feel like if he was actually Town, he would have given that read and didn't give it at all. From his world, he has to say that he basically got a kill in the day one. He didn't give that read. I didn't hear him say that, so I voted on him there. I think that Colin is actually where we should vote today. I think that in both of the worlds, you're aligning.
What am I doing if I'm Mafia?
Colin is in both worlds. I correctly identified the swap that Colin was not actually Mafia or not actually the cop.
We've actually probably already lost the game if you're Town, Pat.
We've only lost the game to
I know. I'm going to give as much as I can. I have to convince.
Not giving much. Why am I Mafia? How am I Mafia?
This is the world that you're in, the world outside of where I'm looking at. Like it's probably like Colin and Greg. That's the point, because I don't think it's Rolf. Rolf correctly identifying the fact that I actually pushed gave a accusation on Rezi. Seems like is making a good attempt to solve the game. So I don't think that Rolf is the Mafia against me. So I'm leading toward it being Greg and Stryker. Like, and then you're the one outside.
Greg
of that.
and Stryker. I formaled him day one. You got 6 votes.
The team of 3 that we're losing
and
to.
I voted on Stryker as well. I voted on Stryker as well, and you didn't come after me after the Kevin vote. Like, there's a lot of things.
So you think I'm with Stryker because of that?
There's a lot of things after that. There's a lot of things after that that didn't go in the direction that I wanted them to go, and I gave my logic for it earlier in the day. I think that Colin is where we should have gone today, and I think that the PTB and Rolf seem like they're the most town out of everybody. And Wembo, he probably is just incorrect, but you have to vote for him there for not being able to give any, like, he's basically spent 2 minutes about Stryker, and I feel like if he was actually vigilante, he'd be trying to solve the game after that and not being as upset about being called out for incorrect mechanical play.
The issue, though, is Wembo, I think, is living in the world of one where he thinks that Stryker is the last Mafia.
No, I think Stryker's more or less towny for his push. I thought Greg was scummy for immediately swapping him.
If he pushed that narrative, I would have loved to believe him, because there's 3 people voting against me that are still alive. So, like, I would love to believe that he's town. But, like, that's the point. Like, he didn't push that narrative at all, Rezi. Like, if he was the one that said that and not you, I would have loved it. But he didn't. Like, he didn't say that in
Okay, but Pat, I have immunity, so where are we pushing? If you are town and you live,
I mean, you guys are going to vote me anyway. But, like, I'm just trying to present the world of why I voted for Wembo here and show it to you as a town play. But, like, that's the only thing I'm trying to explain my vote against you, even though I know you have immunity. That being said, that Colin is where I want to go today. After that, just because I feel like he is in a world that he could be with.
We just lost.
I am 100% town this
You should have
game.
voted on Wembo.
If I was, I did. People should have voted on Wembo. I would have been fine with that too. But
Even with my vote, it wasn't going
It's Colin Wembo X. I don't know who the X is. Greg's a very
No,
high
it's
chance.
not.
Could be Rezi.
It is not me. It is not me 100%. If I was Mafia, I could have done a lot more with than knowing that Colin was fake claiming. I feel like if I'm
fake claiming into
Stryker, it could be Pat.
In my formal,
I think it could be Pat.
I could have done.
Voted on Wembo. He did more than
The
others.
problem, regardless,
Mafia
if there's
didn't
a
vote on
medic,
him. Colin and Wembo didn't vote on Pat day 2, and they could have killed him.
It's more likely Rolf.
I am 100% town.
I hope you're Mafia, Greg, if we lose here.
As Pat is town.
I hate fucking hearing that as town. Like, I never hear that as Mafia. Can I hear that as Mafia
I
sometime?
tried to snap like actual
One day.
confirmed Mafia, Colin, and guarantee.
I know. You still should have voted on Wembo.
I hope you're town, Rolf, because low IQ.
I am town. If you come to understanding that I'm town, we might have a chance to win this game. I could have done so much more with the information of Colin being fake.
If you would like to vote on Pat, please do so in 3, 2, 1. Vote. And let me recheck. I also slightly screwed up, so I apologize,
Pretty
but
sure.
I will go on.
It's in time.
I was pretty sure I was well in time.
Yep,
Is it Rezi?
Pat has died. The game is over. Mafia has won.
It's Rezi, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, your Mafia
yeah.
team comes in as Wembo, Rezi, and Greg.
Every town who didn't vote on Wembo should feel bad.
You did
I
hear it
said
as
that.
Mafia, Greg.
I spelled it out
Every
for
town who
you.
couldn't get Wembo
lied,
killed should
Colin.
feel
I
bad,
only hear it as
Stryker.
Mafia.
I literally.
Please let me give full reveal. I apologize about stopping. So your cop this game was Plen. He died night 0. Your medic this game was Benji. He didn't get a save because they double stacked night 1 on your vigilante Carson. Go ahead.
I really did construct the exact reason we should be voting on Wembo, and every town that kept their hands down, you only have yourselves to
Well,
blame.
remember that time every time I tried to talk and present that world where Benji
Wait.
was the medic and I just
So-
got shouted over?
That's-
Yeah.
No, wait. So
What does that make? That's in the past on that day, right?
wait, Colin, it was Greg, Wembo, and Rezi.
Yes.
Colin was town.
I knew Rezi was Mafia the day 1.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why. Remember, Rolf. I said we need to kill Wembo more than Colin because Colin has a chance of being town. Him dropping the claim is like a minus EV player's Mafia. Of course, Rolf has to
Yeah,
vote.
it's still doesn't
GG
help.
Mafia team. That was really good. That was really fun.
I felt
think-
like
Hey.
filthy that game. We double stacked and
I got
away
to.
with
Damn it.
I didn't even have
That
to
game
talk.
was
Benji-
so
who did Benji-
It was
solvable.
amazing.
Who did Benji save?
I agree, Striker.
He didn't get a single save.
No, but who did he put it on?
He saved Bayrex night 1 and then
Okay.
Colin night 2. He died night
so
2.
Like,
awkward.
Yeah, it's just like
They almost killed Bayrex.
I checked you
night
night 0.
Yeah,
I
good.
said the save must have been on Bayrex night 1, though.
Like I don't even
Keep around like
How did you
I
say
hate playing with.
with new play.
I also want to say, like, the only thing that happened, I thought Benji was in my Mafia chat, which is why I asked him if that was Benji at the start of the first day.
That's funny.
I like forgot Rezi was my partner.
We should. That's where we could have started making inroads. Rezi for sure.
Well, I said there were Mafia between Rezi, Wembo,
I put
and
I put the
Bayrex.
formal on you day 2, but I dithered too
And
late.
then Greg puts the formal on me. That was really
Yeah,
well
I
done.
regret
Yeah.
not pushing on Resi more.
I
All the
don't
people
get
with
how I
S's.
didn't get pushed on more.
I did. The only thing I had,